Yeah, I think they need to nerf that shit. Like, I was a heavily defender of like controller at the start, but now then all the young boy are coming up from PS4 and they're just holding everyone. It's just not fun.
Swinnie, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. Obviously, the ALGS Championships is, it's the end of a whole year of ALGS. I just wondered how you thought your year had gone so far.
Pretty disappointed of all this change roster, I guess, but it is what it is. It's esports, so yeah, like decisions have to be made and stuff like that. So I don't like changing every time, because we can't we have to redo everything every time. But yeah, so I'm pretty disappointed of roster change every time. It is what it is. We just try to deal with it now and see how it goes.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, obviously you've had 5 teammates this year, you and Slayers, you've had 5 third players. Obviously there's, reasons behind all of them. Some people have retired, some people haven't wanted to play. What difference does it make having to change your teammates, so often? How much of an impact does that have?
Every team have different playstyle. I have a certain playstyle as an AGL, so we have to learn everything again and again and again with a new teammate, most likely. And yeah, it takes a lot of time, lot of time out streaming. So people most likely don't know what it takes for getting at this point with a new teammate.
How is your preparation going for the championship? How are you guys feeling?
It's going pretty good, but they kind of change everything at the last minute, if you can say, IGS. They make a big change 3 weeks before championship, which is we prepare stuff, but we don't know if it actually gonna work in a real lobby because of that change. But yeah, it's going pretty good. Tyler is feeling really well to the team, so I'm confident.
But how much of a difference in particular, we've seen a lot of people talking on Twitter about the changes to spawn rates of crafting and the ring console and the survey beacon. How much of a difference do you think that's going to have? And is that a good change for your team or a bad change?
Overall, I'm gonna speak first. It's a good change, right? It's good to change, but not right before the World Championship, right? Obviously, because we don't have time to adapt and stuff. Even if adapting is good, it's just not that big, right? But for the team, for our team especially, it's really good because we don't like Seer. We have most likely never been coaching Seer, so we love it. Obviously, one part of the update is really good, but the other part with the nerf of armor and stuff like that is, it's pretty meh for Edge team, considering we love play hard Edge on LAN. We're gonna have to adapt. We're gonna have to deal with it. It's a lot of change that I don't really understand, because it's the meta on LAN is heavily zone already, and now if you play Edge, you can't scan the map room because it's most likely no map room character or fit on the meta right now. Maybe Crypto or Bloodhound, depends on how you wanna make them work. And you can't have good shield. You have to craft them, but you don't have time to craft them because you have to leave the zone really quick. So, big nerf for Edge. So again, more zone advantage. And yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to deal with it, I guess. But
are you guys preparing to have to change your strategy when you get there? You play, your first block of group stage, and you realize, hang on a minute, Edge is just not working anymore. Are you guys prepared to swap your style if you need to at the tournament?
Yeah, we are ready to make that change. We have multiple POI, multiple comp where we can play, and yeah, Edge and zone comp, so we are ready for it.
Do you think it's still going to be possible to play Edge then? Do you think it could be done?
Yeah, yeah, of course. I feel like people realize that it's a zone meta, of course, and they're gonna try to rush zone, so it's gonna be couple team on Edge. I don't think it's gonna be that much squad than the last LAN example on Edge. It was a lot of squad, it was a shit show on Edge, and yeah, we all get punished for it. But we're cooking something for people who wanna fight us on Edge, and good luck to them.
And then I want to ask about a couple of other things that were changed in Season 18. Obviously, Fuse now seems to be a legend that is, finally maybe coming into the meta in more of a mainstream way. Do you think that he is going to be a future at Champs?
I don't think people are gonna stick on it at Champs because it's one of the hardest character to make result with. It's really strong, it's so powerful, but it's so hard to put him in a good situation where it can work. We're gonna play it, we're gonna try our best with it, and we're gonna cook people with it. But yeah, I love seeing Fuse, but trust, you don't want the Fuse meta. Because if it's a Fuse meta and it's become like a 15 Fuse in the lobby, like you don't gonna have meds in zone 2. So yeah, you don't want that.
Do you think that a counter to the Fuse meta might be that zone teams feel forced to start playing Watson? Obviously, we've seen a lot of Watson at LAN before.
Yeah, they're coming back already on stream. They're coming back. It was no Watson at all like 1 week ago. And this week it was a lot of Watson again. Because of like Fuse obviously and Bangalore as well and stuff like that.
And then finally on the Season 18 changes, obviously we talk about mouse and keyboard versus controller all the time. Obviously you've played both inputs now in the last year. There's been, some changes, I would say, towards the benefit of mouse and keyboard players. Developers have tried to push shotguns a little bit more, nerf SMGs. Do you think that the balance will start to shift this LAN? Do you think that mouse and keyboard players do have a bit more of a level playing field because those weapons are slightly stronger?
I feel like the two, the two controller meta and one MNK is become like way more like a base now than the one controller and two MNK. I hope we don't shift to the 3 controller at some point. But like the Horizon, Bang and Catalyst meta is most likely roller again. Doesn't matter how they nerf the SMG, like it's gonna still be like, good SMG in the meta. So no, I don't think it's gonna shift. I like this LAN, I don't think it's gonna shift. It's too short for like people adapting on like, gun comp and stuff like that again. But yeah, no, it's good. For the championship at least it's gonna be a controller meta again.
There's obviously been, some rumors, some suggestions that there might be changes to aim assist in the future. Do you think that change is necessary? Do you think that there does need to be an adjustment to how aim assist works or to the levels moving forward?
Yeah, I think they need to nerf that shit. Like, I was a heavily defender of like controller at the start, but now then all the young boys are coming up from PS4 and they're just holding everyone. It's just not fun. This is literally not fun anymore. It's too much good controller player, and yeah, no, like I think if it was like an LC meta, then it would be fine because like I feel like it's less powerful than, if we can say, than the Force 3, because everyone can shoot in Force 3. I can literally plug a controller, never play in my life, only in FIFA, and I can shoot my gun, right? In close range, actually, in like the 30 meter around me, I can shoot my gun. Other than that, it's difficult, takes skill, right? But close range, like, everyone can do it, if we can say. Not like the best player in the world, right? But they can, they at some point, they can actually put a 180 on someone, even your best player in the world, and, put him down by luck or some shit, but, Yeah,
you've obviously, you spoke about all the controller players that have been rising, that have been emerging. You're familiar with a lot of them. Obviously, we mentioned you've had a lot of teammates this year. Almost all of them have been controller players except Graceful. I just want to touch on, obviously, I know you guys have addressed it online, but I just want to touch on it for the sake of the interview, is the roster change you made. Obviously, Kinda came, he performed, with you guys at LAN. Why did you choose to make a change between that LAN and the championship?
The change have been explained by the coach, most likely. It's like, we figure out on LAN, right? We tried to force him to play a playstyle before, then it was like not meant to be. We wanted Kenda as a fragger, right? Because he was fragging in CC and stuff. But CC and like, he come to play from CC to the top world, if we can say. So it just like changed drastically for him. And in LAN, we figure out, then you have literally the same playstyle than Slayers. So if we have like 2 Anchor and 2 Anchor, if we can say, it just doesn't fit. Like, I didn't have anyone to like entry frag. I didn't have anyone to, I don't know. It was like nerfing him as well because he don't have space to be himself. We nerf Slayers as well because he don't have space to be himself. And that was nerfing me as well because I don't have like anything to entry frag. I don't have like someone who commit on the fight and stuff or clutch up. And yeah, it was not good for everyone. Yeah,
I was gonna ask, do you think that Kinda has what it takes to become a pro league and LAN level player in the future, just in that role that suits him better?
Yeah, if you have the right team, yeah, of course, 100%. And you just need time as well. And the thing is, like, we are in UU, we are small org as well, and time with, like, it's not like, obviously we could take time, right? If we have the money, it's easy to say for any team and stuff like that to judge us, right? But and if we have like 1 year in front of us, maybe in 1 year we will like probably fit completely the playstyle of like kinda Slayers and KSWINNIIE, right? But do we have 1 year for make result? No, we don't, unfortunately. That doesn't mean we're gonna make result with Tyler, right? It's like maybe we're gonna fail, but we need to change for like make it work, right? We need the best for the team every time, and for the organization, it's like the organization before us, unfortunately, and that's how it is, right? It's esports, so.
On Tyler, obviously, you know, you've touched on it. He's a talented player. He's been around a really, really long time. What specific qualities did you see in Tyler that thought, yeah, this is a player that we need on our team for the biggest tournament of the year?
When you have the momentum on his side, right? Because Tyler work on momentum most likely, and that's why I need to try to work a lot on myself because, you know, I'm molding a lot. Everyone know that, right? And I need to try to put him in that demon mode, and when he's done that demon mode, he's just he doesn't respect anyone, and that's what we need. We need someone who are not feared by anyone, and he just shoot his gun like he just shooting nuke every time. So if he's not scared about anyone, we don't gonna be scared about anyone. One of the most value we bring to the team is his communication, and that's what I didn't know about Tyler before we play with him. He have like a really clear communication, and he's like really loud when he shot code and stuff, and that's what we need because, as people know, Slayers doesn't talk that much, and when everyone is talking a lot, Slayers bring that energy, and he's like, you know, he's talking as well. So yeah, no, Tyler is one of the best fit for the team. I hope we're gonna make that work because that's literally like the best fit we can have right now, and we probably, yeah, if that work, we probably gonna be soon in top 3 of the world, and I hope you know, maybe more.
Are you planning to stay with Tyler into ALGS Year 4 regardless of what happens in Birmingham?
Oh yeah. I mean, you know, contractor sign, roster lock, like, you know, we supposed to be I mean, I don't know what happened, right? Maybe someone is getting buyout, you know, we never know in esport, but I doubt it. Like, we're supposed to be together 1 more years, and yeah, I hope we're gonna make that work correctly, and hope we're gonna have a good first LAN, good first experience, sorry, and afterwards, you know, because yeah, LAN have been rough in the past for Tyler, so you know, gonna try to make better at least.
What are you doing to make sure Tyler has that confidence to enter, as you said, demon mode, given that LAN, you know, hasn't had very good results, and we all know that Tyler takes these things to heart because he's so passionate. How are you gonna, you know, help him find his demon mode on LAN?
People know me for molding a lot and stuff like that, but online I barely mold, barely rage. I tried to, like, you know, make sure they are in good mental, good shape as well. I mean, every day I'm just talking to him already, like every day, talking to him, repeating is the, like, you know, the best player in the world. Repeating, he need to be in shape, he need to be in form, he need to, like, it's finally his time, right? He don't have excuses anymore. It's time for him to just show people who he is, because he have been multiple time top fragger in EU. And now he needs to be top fragger in LAN. That's literally a career changer for him now.
And then to sort of touch on your career as an Apex player, you know, you grinded your way out of your French tournaments. You made your big entrance, I would say, was the 2021 championship with Underrated. You know, you burst onto the scene playing legends that nobody had ever seen before. I just wondered from that day, from that championship online to now, what would you say you've improved on the most as an individual player? What has helped you really kick up an extra level and become a leading EMEA IGL?
I'm just never getting outgrind, if we can say. Like, I'm grinding more than other people still, even if no ego, right? But then I'm at that point. Unfortunately, in my career, I never win anything for the moment. And I'm fucking sad about it, because, yeah, like, never win any pro league, because every time we have to deal with contests, fighting for our spot, blah, 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 blah. I mean, roster change and stuff. Hope that's gonna change this year. Never win the LAN, of course, which is my dream. And I need that for, like, being at that point, if you know what I mean. If I need to win something for, like, because people, like, put me in, like, top 3 or top 5 IGL in EU. Maybe sometime in top 10 in the world and stuff like that. But if I want to deserve that, right, then I need to win something. And until I don't win something, then, you know, it's not gonna be the case, unfortunately.
Is that something that's starting to, like, be in the back of your mind now that you haven't won anything yet? Is that something that is starting to bother you?
Yeah, of course, because, you know, like, I open a lot of my mouth because I'm, like, really, like, open, you know, I'm like talking what I think every time. But I can't really open my mouth and bring you value to something if I never win anything. I'm every time on top, right? But never win anything. So, and on LAN, we have we have 2 bad results now. One, I got COVID. Unfortunately, when people don't know, but we were playing really good in rally. We were like top 8 in the first day, but we were playing so good with Valkyrie, Caustic, with Smeggy and Slayers, and I got COVID unfortunately the second day. And we were really about to do something this LAN, but who knows now because I got COVID. But yeah, we have 2 bad results now on LAN, unfortunately. One where I think I show myself really good, and as an MNK player, pretty good, doing one of the top play of the LAN. But now we need I need something to bring value to people. People can say, yeah, okay, win that, right? So he is here, but now he's not justifying, if we can say.
Obviously, E6 has incredibly passionate fan base. You have the E6 Ultras. I just wondered what difference that makes to you. Is it a positive difference at LAN? You feel that support, you look up, you see them, at the top level in the copper box or wherever it'll be in Birmingham with their flags and their jerseys? Or does that add pressure to think, these guys are expecting a performance from me, they want to see success? I just wondered where the balance is for you on that.
Yeah, both, I think. Pressure is good. Pressure is good in that case because it's a positive pressure. It's imagine if your parents are in the copper arena or stuff, you need to, obviously you want to show up for your family, right? It's the same for the Ultras, his family, so we wanna do good on them. But when we are done bad, example, and we have bad game and we hear them hey, Lemon 6 and stuff like that, it's just confidence boost. We wanna go again and we just wanna show them who we are and make sure they're happy to be here, right?
And if you had to send them a message before this tournament, what would you say to them?
Make sure to keep your voice for the 6th to 10th September. Be ready for it because we're gonna work on momentum, and if we have the momentum on us, we're gonna show to everyone who we are. Finally, we're gonna make sure to not disappoint you, and thanks for being here. And yeah, go E6.
And then finally, what are your expectations for the ALGS Championship? What result? I know you want to win. What result do you have to get to head back to France and think, yeah, okay, that was pretty good?
If we go final, I'm happy because it's the first LAN, obviously. But if you wanna go back to France and playing it was pretty good, I need top 10, at least top 5. Top 5 I will be yeah, it was pretty good. Top 10 is we reached to our, if we can say, standard, right? Because that's where we deserve to be, I think. And top 20 it's already we make final, right? So after that it's battle royale, like you say. So if we do bad, we know how Alliance dominate the group stage and stuff. They were literally the best team on this LAN. People can say it's a group station. I don't agree at all. They were the best team on this LAN. They just, unfortunately, it's battle royale. So in final they just failed, and that's all. That's what happened.
Okay, KSWINNIIE, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us. I wish you all the best. I'll see you in Birmingham. Looking forward to a good performance from the E6 team. All the best. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thanks for the invitation. Thank you.
No problem.